Hi, you guys. Welcome to a new episode of Too Much with Shey
and Becca. Hey y'all, how y'all doing? What it is? What's up?
Yes.
2026, it's up.
Happy New Year. This is our first episode of 2026. Depending on when you saw our last episode, it might have been, 2026 for y'all, but this is our first episode that we are recording in the new year. And so, happy New Year 2026. I wish you guys all the best of luck. I always say health comes first, because if you're not healthy, honey, you really can't do all the rest of the things that you want to do. So, I'm wishing you guys all the best when it comes to health, wealth, and everything you desire. May this be the year that all your things come into fruition, okay? The thing I love about January is that you start off real positive and bright. And so I'm going to stay positive for as long as I can, okay? Because why not? If you are new here, welcome. Like we said at the top, I'm Shey, that's Becca, and this is our podcast, Too Much. We hope you guys stay along for the ride. We talk about a whole lot of things. We talk about our life, culture, social media, news, all the things. Shout out to the new subscribers. Okay, we are seeing it. We are growing slowly but surely. So if you are a recurring viewer, just hit pause, check if you are subscribed, because sometimes you think you are subscribed just because our videos may pop up, but you actually are not subscribed. So make sure you go ahead and do so. We actually have been doing kind of a little bit good with these podcast episodes. We used to get like 3 views, and now they're slowly reaching a little 100 views. So shout out to y'all.
I want to say really quickly, if somebody is new to this podcast, they probably think Rebecca doesn't speak at all, because Jayla been on a ramble, and I love it though.
Girl, this is why people think we don't like each other.
Hey y'all.
Okay, go ahead, take it away.
No, but as Shayla was saying, just to bounce off of that, thank you to all the new subscribers, to the reoccurring subscribers. We appreciate y'all. Like Shayla said, she used the word desire, and I really like that. I hope y'all get everything y'all truly desire and want and need. Emphasis on need, because I feel like so many people focus on what they want, but they don't realize what they truly need. Like Shayla said, health. You need to make sure that you're mentally right, physically right, emotionally right. So also make 2026 all about development. I feel like every year should be like that. But since we're into the new year, I'm going to use 2026 as the backdrop. Make sure that you develop and, just grow within yourself to be a better person. Go ahead, Shayla. You was doing a great job, and I interrupted you.
We appreciate you guys, as we mentioned on the last episode. Every viewer, every like, every comment, every share, we love y'all down. We put a lot of work into this, and we hope you guys enjoy it. But as always, we start off with our weekly rundown. So our weekly rundown, I feel like Rebecca has started off the last few weeks. Right?
Wow. Okay, yes. But Shayla first. I like this.
No, I'm asking. I feel like you have gone first.
I have, but also I feel like I haven't heard about your week, so I kind of want to hear it.
Yeah, so my week, few things. Obviously, lots of holidays. I feel like this year, the holiday being in the middle of the week has been kind of iffy, because it's like, can it just be Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
Last year.
Oh, girl, they get it. Last year, the holidays just happened. Y'all better stop acting brand new. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But yes, in 2025, the holidays fell in the middle of the week, and I just feel like that extends it too much. I be forgetting, is it Monday, Tuesday? Like, what day of the week is it? So I'm kind of happy that the holidays are over. We love it. I think holidays, you spend way too much money, and if you know anything about me, I don't like spending money. Okay, please don't do none of that. So shout out to all the holidays being over. I enjoyed my time with family. I feel like some people, if you travel, it's a bit better, but for me, like, my family lives right here in Jersey, and I was like a 10-minute drive away, but I enjoyed my time with family. 3 things that I wrote down, because I will forget about my week if I don't write it down. Zohran Mamdani was officially sworn in as New York mayor this week. We don't have it in the news section, so I do want to mention that before I forget. I also made my first vision board ever. I've never, ever, ever created a vision board, mainly because I'm like, girl, I don't got the supplies to do so. But I went to my job last week I thought I had to be there, but then when I went to the office, child, it was nobody there. It was the facilities people and me. And so I said, well, now I got to make the best out of my time here. And I started printing away, child. Pinterest and me, bad. I was printing, and color printer. So I took advantage of that. I said, oh, yeah, I paid this round trip ticket, $17 to get from Jersey to New York. I will make the best out of it. So shout out to Pinterest. I made my whole vision board. And as I was trying to figure out what things to get from Pinterest, I realized that in this year, I turned 29. So this will be my last year of my 20s. And I'm like, do I cry an hour later? I cannot believe it. But yes, we are kissing my 20s goodbye in 2026. And that is a bit scary, but I'm embracing it. It is what it is. It is what it is, honestly. I've never been the type of girl to like hide her age. Like, yes, I am about to turn 29 in March, and that's just, it is what it is. Number 2, I'm sure you guys have been seeing this if you live alone and pay bills, but PSC&G could catch me outside. They've been adding these weird fees every other month. It's like a new fee has been added to my bill. And I'm like, y'all playing games with me, and I need you to stop right now. I'm like, the first month that it happened, I'm like, whatever, I'm gonna pay for it, right? Because it's like I have the monies and I need my water and electricity, so I really don't have a say. I'm gonna pay for it. But then it's like after the third month, you adding another $10 fee for God knows what. And I'm like, what is wrong with y'all? And I know I've seen like news reports about like electricity bills going up and up and up. But I'm like, why is PS&G got so many fees? There's like a fee that is like all for bringing electricity to you. I'm like, haven't you been doing that?
How you pronounce it?
PSC&G.
Oh, because I heard PSEG. I said, who's that?
I might have said that. It's too many like just words together. But PSC&G could really catch me outside. Yeah, I need to stop adding all these fees. And then the gag of it all is like 2 months ago, there was some sort of credit that went out probably by the government or a state thing. And they were like, my bill was only like $20. I said, oh my God, thank you. But then it's like,
but you know, Mikey Sherrill said the day she gets sworn into office, she's calling a state of emergency on electricity and all that. So I don't know what that's gonna do.
But yeah, we need that state of emergency right now because PSC&G, count your days. How, like, anyways, that is very frustrating. And it's like, thankfully I can afford to just pay the extra things. But imagine people that are living paycheck to paycheck, and every month you keep adding a miraculous $10 fee. I'm like, what's wrong with y'all? Right. The last thing I want to mention is Doechii. I think that's how you pronounce her name. Doechii. I don't think it's, I think it's Doechii. I
think it is Doechii.
Doechii. I'm so sorry. I suffer from mispronunciation syndrome. She ate down with a song that she dropped. It's called Girl Get Up, and it features SZA. And there was these 2 lines from the song that she dropped that really stood out. Rebecca loves to use a little lyric for her captions, so you may be able to use one of these. One of them is, y'all monitoring spirits, go monitor that checkbook. And the second one is, I don't need keys when I knock down walls. And I said, period. So if you haven't heard that song, I think you guys should. It gives motivational, as you can tell from the title, Girl Get Up. So yeah, shout out to her. And that's been my week. Rebecca?
I wish I could get into Doechii. I just cannot.
Well, yeah, I just like this song, to be honest.
Yeah, I get that. But I just, yeah, them lyrics was cool. So my week, as you guys can tell, I don't know what karma I'm paying for from 2025, but the fact that I went into 2026 sick was just, you gotta laugh, because like, what sins am I paying for? Anyway, your girl was down bad. I woke up on New Year's Eve with no voice, and I said, ain't no way. Mind you, if you know me, I'm a yapper. So the fact that I couldn't talk for like a good 3 hours into my day after waking up, I was shook. But we are getting better. If you see me drinking from this cup, I'm drinking my Haitian teas with extra ginger. So the moment it slide down my throat and my esophagus, I feel the burn. Okay. But we are getting better. You said what?
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think it's a karma. Like I mentioned last week, there's a flu going around, sis. So you just
I didn't
it
have the
just got
flu.
to you.
I know I did not get the flu.
But people were sick, is what I'm trying to get at.
Yes, for sure. But I was just like, of all times for me to get sick, like you wait until December 31st. Like, I'm like, bruh, why? Why can't I be happy when I write my tell-all book and we title it "My Life is a Joke"? I need y'all to know this might be an extended chapter. Like this right here, this gonna be like we're gonna talk about the metaphorics of it all. We're gonna talk about it all, but it's okay. Because I went into sick, just because I went into 2026 sick does not mean that that's going to be a deterrent for the rest of my year. We're gonna, we're gonna use it as a metaphor. We're gonna get better and better and better until we can't get better anymore. But that's the goal. You can never stop getting better when you keep growing. Wow, put me in a book. Wow. Anyway, the next thing I wanted to talk about, I have like to Shayla's point, I feel like the holidays has been like, especially with falling in the middle of the week, has been like very like disturbing for me because like for me though, I haven't stopped working. So like I worked Christmas Eve, I worked Christmas Day, I worked New Year's Eve. Like so because I was working, like it didn't I feel like I was always like off balance because everybody else is like, "Oh, like I'm off today. What you doing? Like let's hang out, let's chill." And I'm like, "I'm working." And they're like, "Dag, good job." No. The news never sleeps, unfortunately. So I will be there, and I was there. I was able to have off for New Year's though, because Haitian Independence Day, as you can tell from the flag, sac passe. Yes, Team Zoe right here. Also, I have put on threads. I was like, to all my Haitians, like, let's do a soup jumu check-in. Why somebody tried to come for my soup jumu? They was like, "Where's the liquid?" They're like, "This don't look great." And I'm like, "And yours is question mark with the eyes emoji because you ain't post nothing. And then you got this booty behind photo, so I can't even see your face. So it's like, I know you hiding from the world. Okay, I get it. I see why. Don't test me just because we on social media. Don't think that I won't talk to you crazy. Just because we're into 2026 does not mean that you can't get cussed out. Anyway." The next thing I wanted to talk about, I was having a conversation at work, and Shayla, I have a question for you. Do you think that you would survive a zombie apocalypse?
I don't know if I would survive, but I think I'll make it a few weeks in.
And I think for
I have
me,
enough survival skills, I feel like a little bit.
and I think like the human, like the human need in me to survive would push me for like a good day, right? And like force that survival instinct. But then like I think at one point I would sit there and ask myself, like, what am I fighting for? Like everybody in the world is turning into a zombie. And here I am trying to survive for what? Like what would be the reason? Like
Well, the goal is that y'all find a way to kill all the zombies and you make it out alive.
and then what? Like for what?
What do you mean? And then what? And then life continues. You start off.
But is that a life? Everybody's a zombie, and here I am. I know Netflix not even going to be working no more because all the people who would have made the Netflix shows.
Yeah, you're not making it past the.
Yeah, and it's because I would not have the urge after that singular day to survive longer. Like I just feel like I would be like, what am I fighting for?
I think I would definitely make it more than you, like in terms of the time frames for sure.
For sure. But that's because like you would have the will and the urge to progress. Me, I would be like, I'm very like, what's next type of person. It's like, what's next? It's everybody dead. Like but maybe it's like, when they say is the, how they say like this like determines the type of person you are when people ask you like, is the glass like half full or half empty? I'm always like, there's water to drink. Like that's my response. I just feel like realistically, everybody about to be a zombie. So what am I doing here?
Yeah, but you need to look past that. Like the goal is to make it out alive and you continue to,
Shayla, it's gonna be you and one other person.
Okay, and you continue. Whatever. That's that on that. Comment down below how long you think you would last in a zombie apocalypse.
No, honestly, how long do you think you would last? Because me, I give myself a day before I just lose all urgency to fight.
No, Will. You hate to see it.
So the next thing I want to talk about, and this is good, I'm gonna end this conversation off really strong, right? I unfortunately am Captain Save-A-Ho. And I know this sounds crazy, right? But I have this like thought or like this need, especially when I love the people that I have in my circle, to find solutions for almost everybody, right? And one of the mottos that I was sitting down with myself in my moments of sickness and medicine drowsiness was, I'm like, this motto is like what I need to live by, especially for this year. And Shayla will tell you, she yells at me about this all the time. Like, Rebecca, you can't save everybody. Like, especially when it comes to my friends, I want to take everybody's problems on. And like, mind you, I already have my own problems. So it's just be like 20,000 different things. And Shayla's like, that's not healthy or conducive for your mental health. And you're right, Shayla. You don't see it until you really see it. Right. So one of the mottos that I want to live by this year is, I can't dig you out, but I can leave you a shovel. Right. I think I was watching a movie or something like that, and they said that, and that like really stuck with me, because I'm like, as someone who always takes on everybody's problems because I am a solutions based person, I don't mind doing that for my friends. Like, if Shayla calls me and she tells me about a problem, I will help her find solutions, even though she is a solution based person too. But it's like, I always want to help add that, like, extra security where I can. The problem is when I only hear from certain people because they know I'm a solutions based person. Right? You only call me when you're going through problems. You only call me when you need advice. You only call me when you need my, like, I guess, I don't know, mental capacity to think beyond the problem, right? But you can never call me just to even ask me, did you see that the sky was blue today? Like, I don't hear from you until there is a problem. And that is unfair and ridiculous when it comes to me. So that's the motto that I'm going to be living by in 2026. And I'm not talking about for like people in general. I'm just talking about for the people that I consider to be in my circle, that just because you always have a problem, I can't always fix it for you. I can give you a slight chance of an opportunity of advice. But if you're going to continuously come to me about the same problem, I already gave you that shovel. Now figure out how to dig yourself out. And
I
that's,
hope you actually put that motto into action.
I
'Cause
am.
you be saying it, but as soon as they hit you up, you right there with the shovel and the dirt and the wheelbarrow, everything, child. So
You're
I
right.
hold you to it.
Honestly, and I love that we do that for each other, is that we hold each other accountable. And that's honestly what I need. Like, remind me, like, Rebecca, you can't dig them out, but you can hand them a shovel. And I'm
Right.
like, you're absolutely right. And that's something that I realized that I need to do this year, because I keep giving people chance after chance after chance. And then I just be left depleted and dry half the time. And it's just like, it's not fair for me. How can I grow if I'm helping everybody else grow? And it's like, that's not a problem. But as long as people are pouring into you as well to help you grow too.
Right. I agree. So on that note, we are going to move over to our news corner. Don't worry. Don't get scared. I know a lot of y'all hate the news. Try to be like, oh, well, that's my sign to click out. Well, no. You can actually just fast forward. We also have a social corner, sports corner, all the things. So just fast forward to find the topics that you care about. Although I suggest you also stick around with the news corner. I would say it was kind of slow news, but the news that did happen over the week were very like strong.
I
So
just want to
Rebecca's
say
gonna tell us the first.
I just want to say really quickly, I like at work, we were doing a recap of all the news that happened in 2025. And I'm like, yo, so much hit in 2025 in January, February, and March alone. And I'm like, I was to the point where I was like, oh yeah, that did happen. Oh my God.
Mhm.
Like, I remember the first, like January 1st last year, the first thing that happened was the thing that happened in New Orleans. And me
Mhm.
and Shayla was just like, dang, like people can't even ring in the new year correctly.
And to
Right.
that point, a similar thing happened this time in Switzerland where people were like at some sort of ski resort and they were, if you've been to a club, you know, they got the bottles with the sparklers. And unfortunately, the sparklers like touched the ceiling where they had some sort of, you know, lights or whatever. It caught on fire. And as of the last time I read reports, at least 40 people died, and a majority of them were tourists. So it's like 2026 is on that way, but I'm gonna act like All good vibes only.
She said, I gotta play blind. Okay,
Yeah.
so the first thing we are going to talk about is British boxer star Anthony Joshua has been released from Lagos Hospital after being involved in a fatal road crash in Nigeria that killed two members of his team. The accident occurred on Monday near Lagos and claimed the lives of his strength and conditioning coach and his trainer. Joshua sustained only minor injuries and was discharged after being deemed medically fit to recover at home. Authorities say Joshua and his mother visited a funeral home to pay their respects before the bodies were sent back to London. Nigerian police have identified Joshua's driver. And he's expected to be charged with reckless driving. Investigators allege the vehicle was speeding when a tire burst during an overtaking maneuver, causing it to collide with an illegally parked truck. Um, like I mentioned, two members of his team died instantly, and Joshua narrowly survived. The driver of the parked car had reportedly fled, prompting a police manhunt. I want to say, go ahead.
I was gonna say, before you continue backstory, I think unless you watch boxing, like that's the sport that you're into, you really did not know who Anthony was, right? But it wasn't until recently he had a fight with Jake Paul, and that's kind of, at least for American media, I'm not saying like probably abroad he been that guy,
Yeah,
but
if
at
you
least
are a boxing fan.
exactly. But it wasn't until he had the fight with Jake Paul where he knocked Jake Paul out. And then everybody started seeing, like, it was aired on Netflix and the fallout of that. He is a very handsome man, and everybody was talking about him and talking about him. And with Jake Paul, it's kind of like you rock with him or you don't. So the people that don't rock with him were like, oh, thank God. And like the fact that a black man did it, like there was so much commotion and talk about Anthony and the fact that he beat Jake Paul, and everybody was like, Anthony, Anthony, Anthony. And so days later, then this news pops up, and it's like the way it's such a great, not a great representation, but like how life, you can go from being at the top to the decline in an instant. And it's so upsetting. I'm sorry, continue, Rebecca.
No, literally, you said exactly what I was gonna say. I was just like, when I saw this, like the first, I gasped because I was like, "That's so crazy!" Like especially like Shayla said, if you were a boxing fan or you were really involved in the boxing world, then you knew who Anthony Joshua was. Me, I did not know who he was. It wasn't until I saw that on the Shade Room they were posting him, and I saw that he won, and then Shayla was telling me like, "Yo, he is so fine." And I'm like, "Girl, let me see what he looked like." And I looked, I was like, "Oh, okay, he a little cutie patootie." Right. And then I just saw all these girls keep posting him and saying, "Oh, he fine." And people were like, "Y'all," and he even like black women. And I was just like, okay, I'm rooting for my mans. Go ahead. And then days later, I see this and I'm like, that is so crazy. Like, and I know like, especially, as celebrities, they make the news. We talk about them a lot, but I think sometimes we forget that they are people just because of the talent that got them there. And it's like the fact that like you could be at the top of your talent and in the space that you are working in, and tragedy can still strike you. I think people forget that, like, even though you're a celebrity, you're not immune from tragedy. You're not immune from trauma. So it's just like my heart goes out to him, especially the fact that, like, imagine being in the car with like the two people who have been on your team and who you consider to be your friends, just gone in an instant, and you're going to be the one who survives. I already know there's going to be some type of survivor's remorse for him, but I just want him, if Anthony Joshua ever sees this, like, our hearts go out to you, and just know that just live the best that you can, because as you can see, life is short.
Yeah, definitely. When I saw this, the Survivors Guild has to be at 1,000, because I can tell, even like when we do this little podcast, I could count in one hand the people that been, supporting us, right? And anytime those people, listen, I don't forget. Okay. I'm like, anytime those people ever have something going on, I will be there front and center. And so for Anthony, like, here are the two people that when you're up here, right? Like, now he was getting all of this US fame, and it's like, yeah, you have all of these new fans that are clapping for you, but it's like, when I was low, who was there for me? And it was probably these two guys that were here in the car with you, right? Ready to celebrate. Cause it's like, now I'm outside of like the spotlight, and I want to go to a more low-key area to spend time with the people that really been rocking with me for years, and this is the end result. Like I can't even imagine. Like, yes, I'm here, I made it out alive, but of course I could only imagine. He's like, but was it worth it? Because now I'm here, and it's like these two men have their own family, right? Like, now I have to look at them, and every time I see them, I'm gonna think about my brothers, right? Because in this sense, especially when you do any sort of like sport, this is like day and night. You're always working out, and you probably spend more time with these like your trainers and stuff than you do your own family, right? Because you're a professional athlete. And so like Rebecca said, our hearts go out to them. If they, are religious in any shape, way, or form, like, I'm sure like you're gonna have to tap into that, because I can't imagine. And sometimes it's best for you to just spend time alone, right? Like, everyone deals with grief differently, but we just hope that he does what is best for him, and like his mom, his family. Like, this is the time where you need that support system. And because it's like, will he ever come back? Like, I don't even think you could think about your sport at this moment. Like, boxing should be all the way in the back, and prioritize your mental health and getting right, because that trauma has to be like, anytime I get behind a car, I'm gonna be thinking about that. And it's just so upsetting. And like we said, we hope that he's able to recuperate mentally from this, because the physical, he's gonna be all right, but the mental sometimes is the hardest part to bounce back from. The next topic that I want to talk about in the news is our president. So he recently did a major interview, or I'm guessing it, not major, but he did an interview with the Wall Street Journal. And in it, he talked a lot about his health, right? We've discussed on the podcast how, people were coming for Biden a lot because, he's old. But guess what? President Donald Trump is the second oldest person to be president in the United States. So it's like, for other people that were so pressed about Biden being old, well, Trump is the second oldest. Okay. And we talked about how Trump has been seen with like a lot of hand bruises, and like he's been covering it up and yada yada yada. And so in this Wall Street Journal, he talked a lot about a whole lot of stuff. He had an MRI, a CT scan, like all of these things. But the quote that really took me for a loop is that he said, right, I'm just laughing because Trump, like, sometimes you just gotta laugh, okay? Like I said, he talked a lot about his health, but the one point that took me out was when he said that he takes more aspirin than his doctors recommend. And you may be wondering, well, why? He said, quote, they said aspirin is good for thinning out the blood, and I don't want thick blood pouring through my heart. So he says that the reason why he just takes more aspirin is because he doesn't want thick blood pouring out through his heart. And I'm just like, sir, huh? But anyways, he said that that's his like superstitious thing. That
didn't he almost claim that Tylenol causes autism if pregnant women take it, or aspirin, or was it?
No, I think it was Tylenol.
Oh, it's Tylenol. You're right. Misinformation. Fake news, my fault.
But I'm just like, sir, huh? So comment down below. Is this something that you also believe? That, I mean, I think it is real that aspirin thins out the blood, but it's like, as a president, like, sir,
it does, but it's not something that you should be taking every day.
For fun. Yeah, he said, I've been doing it. He said, I've been doing it for 25 years, so I'm gonna stick beside that. And I'm like, all right, pal.
Honestly, the way his supporters run deep, I won't be surprised if aspirin sales go through the roof. If you are a stock investor, you better go get you some aspirin stock.
Yeah, everybody now gonna be on their aspirin wave for 2026, child.
Go ahead,
consult a doctor, please. Don't be trying to, because unlike y'all, our health bills about to go through the roof, right? The health insurance pay, all of that is going up. Donald Trump got healthcare on standby for him. You're not a president. On speed dial, exactly. Pipe down. Don't take any medical advice from President Trump. Whew. And the last thing I want to talk about in our little news corner is it seems like 2026 is also going to be a legal battle for several of our celebrities. The year didn't even start, and the legal battle's been happening on loop, right? We got Drake and online streamer Adin Ross were hit with a lawsuit for promoting Stake. Stake is an online investing platform. Let me show you in case you don't know who Drake and this is Drake. Of course, you guys know Drake. Mainly for Aiden or Adin.
They love all photos to post of that man. You chose that one of Aiden.
Yeah, girl, we're not worried about him. Shout out to you though. If you want to do a collab. So plaintiff Lashana Ridley and Tiffany Hines allege that Stake misleads consumers while allowing real money wagering disguised as virtual currency play. Essentially, like they are alleging that Drake and Aiden are promoting this online betting platform, and they're saying like, oh no, we're not using real money, we're not doing this, and it turns out that they're like, well, actually, yes, you guys are. If this lawsuit goes how Drake's other lawsuit went, child, it might not be the best for him, but we will see. Another celebrity that was hit with a legal battle is Will Smith, honey. Yes, Will Smith. He was sued over allegations that he retaliated against violinists who reported sexual harassment. We all know Will Smith, but that's the violinist according to TMZ on the right. And when I first read this headline, it gave like people like the violinist is claiming that Will Smith sexual assaulted him. No. What from the reports that I read on NBC News, it's saying that the violinist was in his hotel room, and when he came back from like performing or he was just out, he came into his hotel room and it gave like someone was in my room doing some weird vibes. And so when he reported that to Will Smith and his team, the team didn't take him serious, and instead the next day was like, actually, we don't need you anymore. We're wrapping up this tour or whatever. We're firing you. And so this is why the violinist is like, oh, you guys like just fired me because I reported some weird situation that happened in my room. So we'll see where that ends up.
But wait, so he's suing for sexual harassment, correct?
No. He's saying, right, is accused Will Smith of retaliation after he said he was fired for reporting sexual harassment while on tour. So he's saying, I reported a sexual harassment situation that was happening while on tour, and instead of taking action, Will Smith's team just said, actually, we don't need you anymore.
AC, this is why it's important to read and ask questions, because the way some of these people were posting it on social media, they were like, Will Smith is being sued for sexual harassment. And I'm like, huh? Right. Like, what? Shayla and I are big believers in before we make judgment or before we even speak on how we feel like a situation should be perceived, we like to see how the court cases happen. So for both Drake and Aiden and Will Smith and this violinist, if he even proceeds to get into the courtroom, then like, you know, obviously we'll keep track and we'll make sure to keep you guys updated. But as of right now, I'm definitely interested to see how both of these are going to go, because it's all about perspective. I feel like for both of these cases, it's like Drake and Aiden are like saying, well, like they could claim like, oh, somebody told me it wasn't real money. And it's like, okay, I'm promoting what I thought. That's not my fault. Like, you know, right. And with like Will Smith and the violinist, it's like, he'd be like, well, okay, we just didn't want you there no more. Like, okay, you said there was something wrong in the room. You reported to us. You should have called the police too. Like, you know, I just feel like at this point, like both of these situations are about perspective. It's going to be like.
And who has more proof, right? Like you could claim all these things, but the proof is in the pudding. Like, can you provide the necessary documents to showcase your side? And the last person I want to mention is Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry has been hit with several lawsuits, but like literally on December 26th, a new one was filed. So he's facing 2 sexual assault lawsuits. The lawsuits claim that Tyler Perry has abused actors looking for opportunities in Hollywood. The mogul's lawyer denies, right? So Tyler Perry's lawyer denied the accounts and called them a, quote, 77 million money grab scam. The first lawsuit against Tyler Perry, accusing him of leveraging his power in Hollywood was filed in June, and then the second one was filed December 26th. So that is also something to look out for. I thought that maybe we left all of these crazy lawsuits in 2025, but listen, like these are real allegations, and like Rebecca said, we're not here to pick a side because we don't know, right? Like Tyler Perry is a big person. I think similar to Diddy, right? Like obviously they're in very different like worlds and space. Tyler Perry's in movies and this, but I more so mean like Tyler Perry is big in the movie and film industry.
Household name.
Exactly. So this is something definitely that if it hit courts, it's going to get big media attention because, you know, these are big allegations.
And I just think also, I think it's very interesting because like we mentioned earlier with like, you know, when you are a celebrity, when there is stardom, you're automatically put into this different category. And I feel like so many people, like regular people kind of go through these incidents like every day and nobody's like suing you. No one's bringing you to court. But as a celebrity, everybody gonna bring you to court. They like, I would hate to be a celebrity, honestly.
Yeah, that definitely comes with a big, you know, you're in the limelight, in the spotlight all the time. Every move you make. This reminds me of like Ice Spice. She was just celebrating, I think, her 26th, 25th. And like the paparazzi caught her coming out. Like she was drunk. It's normal. Like it happens, right? But of course, people like I don't know if TMZ was the one that caught this or whoever, but you can tell that one of the people that was walking out with Ice Spice was like, oh, like don't publish that, don't publish that. And the people behind the camera are like, oh yeah, no. The
And
next day it was up and down. And it's like that's normal. Like you're celebrating your 20s. Yes, you're drunk, like live your life. But when you are a celebrity, it's like
and you know, when I saw that, because I had saw like somebody had put like the headline kind of like, oh, like Ice Spice seen stumbling out of the club. And like, I mean, I watched it because I'm like, okay. But I'm like, one, everything that we tell people, especially when they get drunk, like, you know, don't go by yourself, don't get behind a wheel, don't do this, don't do that. Everything that we tell people don't do. Literally, she wasn't by herself. She wasn't getting behind the wheel of a car. She wasn't being a distraction, being a belligerent, none of that. I'm like, she's turning 26. It's her birthday. Let her have fun. Like, and I'm not going to sit here and be like, I'm a huge Ice Spice, like, supporter and advocate. But I'm like, realistically, y'all would have hated to see me when I turned 26. Baby, you would have hated to see me when I turned 27.
And also, like, she's of age. It's not like a minor drinking. Like, she's of age. She works. She's been doing hello. You know what I mean? She's been working with the SpongeBob movie, the this, the that. Like, let her have a little fun. You know what I mean? Anyways.
She's allowed that. Like,
exactly. Whoo, child. I don't know if I could be a celebrity.
At all.
Let's move over to our social corner. Oh, you usually start us off, but in our social corner, we're gonna discuss things that are trending in social media. We may not cover everything, but these are the things that were trending on our social media platforms. The first thing is none other than Stranger Things. I personally watched the first season of Stranger Things and never ever watched it again. Also, I don't have a Netflix account, so when Rebecca's account lets me in, that's when I try to squeeze in some viewing hours. But I've seen everyone that their last episode, like season finale, was aired in theaters, and I've seen a lot of people go watch it in theaters and they've enjoyed it. Have you ever watched Stranger Things, Rebecca?
So, being the media mogul that I am, I've covered thousands of events and talked to many of the Stranger Thing actors. I have never watched an episode in my life.
I don't know if I would disclose that.
I mean, they already happened. The interviews already happened. But it's like, that's not to say that.
Future interviews, she will make sure that she watches the things.
Oh, for sure. For sure. It's on Netflix. I'm gonna get started today, actually.
Okay, we love that.
When it comes to like the whole thing of Stranger Things, like I have so many family members and friends who love it and watch it, and I'm like, that's great. I just think for me, it's never been something that I've gravitated to, but I do know that they have a large fan base. I've even seen some people say on like Twitter and threads that like they cried after the finale, and I'm like, Oh, and like, another reason that people like it so much is that they've seen the actors grow. Like from when, what's the one girl? I think her character is 5, but her name Bobby Brown.
Yeah, the main character. She even adopted a child.
Oh,
Yeah, she's a mother.
Black baby.
Mamacita. No, I don't think so.
No comment. Anyway, so I know like Millie Bobby Brown.
Yeah, there we
That's
go. Put her respect on her name.
okay.
Period.
And she added another last name. I think Bon Jovi. I think it's
Oh, because she married. Yep.
yes. I think it's Millie Bobby Brown Jovi. I don't know, girl.
Yeah. We get it. Yeah, get it.
But it's like, people have seen them grow from like when they were literal children to now like them being adults. So like they feel like, it's a nostalgic factor as well. I've never watched, but I also am the type of person who like I don't like to watch shows until they're over because I'm the type of person I get obsessed. And if I get obsessed, I don't want to wait. That waiting time, I'm gonna lose my obsession. Like I was obsessed with Blacklist during COVID, and because we were in COVID, they didn't come out with a new season. So by the time they came back, I never watched it again. So it's just like if I watch it now that I know that it's over, like I'd be able to watch it fully through. And when I do watch it, I'm gonna give y'all an update on how I like it.
Period. The next story, the wedding bells continue, honey. The love is in the air. I don't know. I mean, it's a good way to start off 2026 with all the love, all the proposals. Let us hope that by the end of 2026, honey, the weddings have been happening. The relationships are still intact. We're wishing the best of luck to everyone. And so adding to that list is G Herbo and Diana Williams. He proposed to her, and that's the cute little ring to the right. Congrats to the couple.
No, honestly, let me just say this. Like, yes, congratulations to them. I know G Herbo. If you know G Herbo, you started off with G Herbo and Ari and their whole relationship, and whatever. And then all the drama that's happened between Taina and Ari, but now like everybody's cordial, co-parenting, like it's a thing. I just want to say, I would hate to be Queen Naija. Anytime somebody get proposed to, Queens they get dragged into that mess. I don't think that girl has known peace since she got with Clarence. Like, I don't think she's ever known a moment of peace. There's this one guy on TikTok. He works out every single day. He's like, I'm working out until Clarence proposes to Queen. This man is like on day like, I want to say maybe 100, 200, 300, something like that. And like, I was looking at his video the other day and I was just like, had I had started with him, I really would have been my slimmest. I'm about to start with him. The new year just started and the ring still ain't been put on the finger. I'm about to start with him.
To be honest, I feel like they are actually engaged and they are not publishing it because no way. Like, ask Clarence, like, how can you not? You know what I mean? Because if I'm Queen, I'm starting to feel like you don't really want to be with me. And Queen says she want to get married, right? Because she has said she want to get married. So it's not a thing where like, oh, they're not trying to get married. If she has expressed, unless her opinion has changed, no way you're seeing everybody and their mother. So the bilingual got me. There's no way you see everybody and their mother, all the men proposing to their love of their lives, and you like, you know what I mean? And you not as a man or just like as a person, you gotta feel that inkling of like Jesus. And everybody is on your behind because every time we get a new proposal, everybody is tagging you on all the videos, all the photos. So it's not like you don't see it. I think they are actually engaged and they just don't want the public to know because the public been on their behind forever.
And if that is true, great. I'm all about privacy. But if it isn't true, which I feel like it isn't, I like when people wait, right? I just feel like we always have this conversation as a society, like how long should you wait to get proposed to and things like that. I feel like I feel like if after 5 years, I think they've been together 5 years, it could be more. If after 5 years you don't want to get married to me, and if marriage isn't for you, I know marriage isn't for everybody, right? But I've heard Queen express in the past that she wants a ring. I have heard her say that. I'm just like, what are you holding out on? You know, that's my whole thing. But basically, I just want to say I feel bad for Queen. I would hate to be Queen because I would hate for y'all to always drag me into other people's relationships that I got nothing to do with. But the next thing we're going to talk about is Beyonce, and she is officially a billionaire. Money, 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 money. Okay. So Beyonce has officially become a billionaire according to Forbes, making her the 5th musician to reach the milestone alongside Jay-Z, Taylor Swift. I said Swift. Ooh, Taylor Swift, Bruce Springsteen, and Rihanna. Her wealth is driven by massive touring success, film projects, and full creative control over her career through her company, Parkwood Entertainment. Her 2023 Renaissance tour grossed over $500 million, while Renaissance, a film by Beyonce, debuted at #1 at the box office. And in 2024, she released Cowboy Carter, which won Album of the Year at the 2025 Grammys. And its accompanying tour earned over $400 million, becoming the highest grossing country tour in history. Let me just say, I thought Beyonce was a billionaire already. I didn't know.
Imagine both your parents being billionaires, like
billionaire status.
Jay-Z, Beyonce, like you set for more than life, honey. Your kids. That's, oh my God. But I'm sorry, continue.
If I ever touch $1 billion, I swear to goodness, in this life. Oh my God. When I tell you, y'all will see me drop down in the middle of the street and pray and cry. I swear to you. Y'all ain't never gonna see nothing like this before. My knees gonna be scraped the way I'm dragging myself on the floor because I won't be able to believe it. I gotta touch grass that day. I gotta touch all the grass. I need to touch the concrete. I need to touch the asphalt. I need to touch everything because I was like, I can't believe this. But honestly, yes, she absolutely should be a billionaire. Mind you, Shayla and I went to her Cowboy Carter concert. When I tell you the budget was non-existent, it gave production. It gave like an artist who cares about their craft and cares about the execution of their craft. So I'm not even like a Beehive fan, but I am an acknowledger of Beyonce's talent. And I will say, girl, congratulations. Go ahead. You deserve reaching that billion. Go ahead.
And honestly, I wish you would have seen Renaissance because I think Renaissance was better than Cowboy Carter tour. And like it was so good, amazing. And if she does go on tour again, we will be there.
You know, I got a card ready for Beyonce. Just drop another. Apparently, there's supposed to be Act 3. I'm ready for it. It's gonna be a rock album. I'm ready to put some spikes in my hair.
Rock. Well, baby, she got me into country, so I guess rock will be next, honey. The rock artists are trembling right now. It's like, please don't make no rock. We need the money. Anyway, so shout out to Beyonce. Get your coins, sis. Best of luck. The streamer world was in shambles, honey. If you don't know the streamer world, we're talking about mainly Twitch. Twitch is where people literally just go live, live their best life, and they make a whole lot of money if you are a top streamer, of course. So the first thing is FaZe Group. Okay, the FaZe Group are a group. It's like a content house group of men that were all together and they created content. And so the FaZe Group, as it's known, is no longer a thing, right? They first started off on Twitter with like FaZe is done or I'm out, some sort of like skeptical type of tweets, and like everybody that was a part of that group was just tweeting that out and tweeting that out and tweeting that out, and people were like, what is happening? And so as the days went on, they all went on, well, not they all went, they separately, because there's a group of men, like 3 people got together and they went live on Twitch. And they were like, yeah, we're actually leaving the group. And so if everybody left, like the group got to end because it's like, we need the people to be in the group. So they effectively ended in late December 2025 as most major content creators, including Apex, Swag, and Rug, left the organization due to disagreements, reportedly over contracts and creative control, causing FaZe to shift its focus primarily back to its esports teams, marking a significant change from its original identity as a creator-driven media brand. So RIP to FaZe Group. The girls that get it, get it. The girls that don't. Another
one of the girls that don't, because I didn't even know who they were.
okay, well, there you go. Another big story was Kai, who I think is one of, other than Speed, who we're going to talk about, Kai is top notch king of the online streaming world. Kai and Gigi are over. What? Mind you, all this news broke on the same day, honey. Gigi has stepped away from social media following her breakup with streamer Kaicenat, and widespread online rumors linked her to NBA YoungBoy. Although cheating speculation circulated, it was quickly debunked by both fans and Gigi herself in a New Year's Day YouTube vlog. But before this, I did get tweet. Kai tweeted like, "Oh, I'm single. I will never be in another relationship again." And when I first saw that, I'm just waiting this thing to leave. When I first saw Kai tweet that, I thought it was fake. I'm like, because keep in mind, when you are such a big celebrity, you have so many fans. Once you make something this public, everybody and their mother is going to get in your business. And although Kai may seem like he's out there and he puts people, in his business, he really doesn't. Like when he's live, but his personal life is his personal life. So when I saw this tweet, I'm like, oh, this got to be fake. But then I went on his account and it was like real, for real. Mind you, Gigi and Kai had just dropped several YouTube videos where Gigi is like showing off what she wants for Christmas, and like they were just on this whole Europe tour, living their best life. A reminder that social media is not real life. You may think that everything is cute and tiki, and clearly things weren't right because now they are over.
Yeah, and then I just want to mention she had posted like, I left, now you want to get on the internet and rush to paint a false narrative about me off of a fake Twitter post is insane. I've never cheated on him, and you know that. I have never dealt with that man. Play that sympathetic role somewhere else, please, right? And so when I saw that, her response to him, I was just sitting there, I was just like, okay, what's tea? And so then days later, I have the clip where like she was posting like her YouTube video, and she's basically showing how like she got a mural painted on her wall, showing some of the stuff she got for Christmas, this, that, and the third. And then in the last, like I want to say, minute of the video, it just like flashes to this clip of her talking about like prioritizing her mental health. So it's also important to note Kai had did a similar thing where he was talking about mental health and making sure that you prioritize that. And some people, like, he kind of got a little bit of backlash from like some other streamers because they were like, oh, like, why are you getting on the internet and saying this? And like Kai basically ended up coming out and saying like, I don't want y'all to think that I'm depressed. I'm just trying to make sure y'all understand like it's important to focus on your mental health, right? So I'm gonna play the clip really quickly from Gigi.
Hi guys, Happy New Year. I know it's the New Year's, but right now I am navigating a lot personally. I want to be honest and just take the time that I need to reset and just protect my own peace. I am incredibly grateful and thankful for everyone who has continued to show love and support. I'm going to say I may be quiet for a little while. I will be back, and I just want you guys to know that I love you, and I will see you guys soon.
And I just want to note, so it's kind of similar to the response that I had about, Queen Naija. I don't know Gigi and Kai personally. I don't know what their relationship was like. I know from the little clips that I saw, I'm like, okay, they seem happy. But again, you never know what's going on behind closed doors. If you remember, we did a whole episode of talking about Gigi and her mom was saying, oh, like, you're picking Kai over this, that, and the third. Like, mind you, staying with a man who's cheating on you, this, that, and the third. Like, we heard all this, like, different speculation. And again, nobody really, like, went out of their way to address the situation. I think if I was Gigi, I would low-key feel some type of way because all of Kai's friends was real happy that man was single. Baby, again, no one knows what's going on in your relationship like, the people that you keep close to you and you talk to about the situation. So I'm like seeing all his friends being like, yo, welcome back. People tweeting, people reacting. So I'm like, it'd be like that, gang, but you back in the streets with us. I'll feel some type of way. Like, I'll be like, was I that bad? Like, like, I couldn't believe it. I think for me that, like, mind you, I'm not into the whole streamer world, but that was the thing that I took away from it the most. I'm like, dag, like, your people's hated me that bad.
Yeah, definitely. But it's like, I don't want to say men will be men, but it's like, especially Des. Des was so geeked out. I'm like,
Maybe.
sir. But it's like, you know how some people, or like you have some friends that they're like, oh, once they get in a relationship, they forget that they have friends. So it's like, maybe it could be a little bit of that. Like, Kai has money, he has access. So I'm sure he was going on real lavish trips. And I was like, oh, I'm with my girl. We going on this Europe trip for months. I'm not about to be outside with you. And it's like, now the friends are like, oh, now we gonna be a part of all the funsies because now you single. But yeah, at the end of the day, I feel like they are both very young. And so always prioritize your health regardless of, dating, this, that, whatever. I do wish them the best of luck. And sometimes, like, you're not meant to be with somebody, and that's okay. You grow apart. This NBA YoungBoy thing, I feel like isn't something new. So I do think it has to be something deeper than this, because these clips have been circling around for, like, I think as soon as it was made public that they were dating, I've seen these rumors of this and that. And oh, Gigi says that her type is this, and Kaicenat is the complete opposite, and all of these things. And it's like, at the end of the day, do what works best for you.
And also, I'm not trying to be dramatic, but I also feel like their relationship was kind of doomed from the start, because everybody, like, once Gigi and Kai announced that they were together, everybody was like, she's an opportunist, she's a gold digger, she's this, she's that. Kai, you need to be careful around. I just feel like so many people, and I, if you believe in this type of stuff, then you do, but I just feel like energy is very important. And I feel like if everybody's spewing all this negative energy onto your relationship, it's just bound to, like, end at one point. Like, everybody had something to say. Like, mind you, when I saw this, I didn't care. I'm like, okay, Kai's in a relationship, great. If they're happy, great. If they're not happy, I hope they find happiness. Like, that was my motto very much. But so many people were like, no, you need to break up with her. Like, she's an opportunity. She don't really like you. She don't really want you. She on this, she on that. And I'm like, dang. Y'all got a lot to say. It's kind of similar to the whole Travis and Leanna. Like, everybody was like just talking bad on their relationship. It's like, dag, do y'all have your own relationship to be satisfied in? Like, I'm lost.
And that's why I completely understand when these celebrities keep their relationship life private, because some people will literally make it their mission to find every dirty detail about you just to break up someone's relationship. Like, why are you so, this is happening now with like the MLB star. Remember how like last week we talked about how the baddie star
Anna,
yeah, like, oh, they're engaged, cute. And girl, the next day is everybody, like, I think one of her exes was publishing how they had some sort of text or this or that. It's like, yo, what you gain from that? She's still not gonna go back with you. So
and her MLB man, it was saying like apparently she be finessing men and he be getting the money. I don't know, baby. I just be
everybody should just let the people be together. One thing about life, it will always figure itself out. If you're meant to be with somebody, you're gonna be together. And if you're not, you're not. We've talked about the decline of all the online streamers, but let's move up. Okay, some people that did move up in the streamer world, Lala Baptiste and Jay Cinco are expecting a baby, so congrats to them. That's just exciting. They're expecting their first child together after weeks of online speculation. The couple revealed the news during the holiday season, sharing festive photos, as you guys saw. And yeah, shout out to them. I feel like Lala, if you've been into the YouTube world, you know, she has had a little connotation, like she's just always this and da-da-da, pa-pa-pa-pa. But as his life is like, yeah, you always want to be with the men, but then it's like, you grow, right? Like she went through her season of doing her things, and now she found Jay Cinco, and I wish them the best of luck. I think Jay Cinco is actually younger than her. Not that that matters, but not like, it's not like, oh, he's so much younger than her, then it's like illegal type vibe. But they look super cute. I think Lala is just, I don't know. I love that for them. I think this will be like the first little streamer baby, because they actually like met on a stream and now they're together. They live together. They've traveled together. Why you got that face? Are you mad that she pregnant?
Mad is crazy. I don't care that much. My whole thing is I didn't know who Lala was. I barely knew who Jay Cinco was until like I started seeing more and more streams of them together. And so like, you know, as she started popping up more on my timeline, people were like, oh, this is who she used to be and like the things that she used to do, this, that, and the third. And they're like, oh, she basically went through this whole rebrand of being a soft girl, like this girly, feminine, all that. And I'm like, girl, you did a whole rebrand, she basically did a whole rebrand to become a baby mama. Okay, not baby mama, because again, I don't like the negative connotation to that, to basically be mother a child at the current moment. And I'm just like, girl, if you happy, great. I get it. People say life happens, things happen. I don't think a kid is just something that happens, but congrats.
I don't understand that. Like, why is that bad? They live together,
It's
they're
not
dating, and we
bad.
don't even know if they are engaged. And also, like, as women, like, I don't want to, I mean, not everybody goes through their whole phase, but it's like, oh, God forbid, yes, that was me. And now I'm older and I learned from that. And I found my partner, we live together. And yes, I am pregnant. Like, what's
Shayla, you don't think it's crazy to be together with someone for a year and get pregnant? You don't think that's crazy?
If they're in a healthy relationship, I don't see why there's people that been together for 10 years and the stuff been left since day one. So it's like, at this point, I've seen so many toxic relationships. Obviously, yes, maybe I just feel like if it was planned and they feel like they love each other and they want to be together, why put a time frame on it? I know there's people like Queen, been together for 10 years, not Queen specifically, but people that be together for a very long time, don't got a ring, got 5 kids, don't live together. And it's just like, obviously we want things to be ideal and the marriage and the this and the that. Sometimes you have all of that and your relationship's still toxic.
Yes, but I think everything is like this is like a grander topic, we'll get into it one day maybe, but I just think for me, if they're happy, great. Personally, me, I would not be with nobody for a year and be giving anybody a baby. I don't care. I just feel like even if we live together, okay, you signed your name on a rent lease, y'all purchased the house together, that still don't mean nothing to me. That doesn't show me nothing. But if they feel like they're truly committed to one another and a baby is going to be the next step for them, congratulations. I could just only think for things at my perspective. Nah, baby, I'm so sorry. And I get what you're saying. Everybody goes through their whole phase. I get it. Right? Well, most people, not gonna say everybody. Most people go through their whole phase, and you can absolutely develop and grow as an individual. I'm just saying, like, you went through this whole rebrand. You 2 years into your rebrand, maybe you meet a man, y'all get together, and now you having a baby. I just feel like, to me, it's just like, I don't know. All power to you, girl.
Right. Best of luck. The next thing is IShowSpeed, another big streamer. He is going on his Africa tour stream. It's called Speed Does Africa. He started December 29th and he's going on a 28-day journey around all Africa. He's live streaming, traveling approximately 20 different African countries. And the one thing that I have seen across all of these, he's still kind of new on this tour. He started the 29th, we're only January 2nd. But I have seen a lot of people express how they are so glad that he's doing this, because anytime people talk about Africa, it usually is like bad, like, oh my God, they can't live, they have no water, they have this, oh, third world country. And during this live stream, like Speed is showing that no, they have a life. There's the luxury parts, there's the non-luxury parts, there's so much culture and food and vibrant music and all the good things. And it's like, I'm so happy that he is doing this. Also, as is with a lot of like minority cities, it's like, oh my God, there's so much violence. Like, why would you go there? Oh my God, you're gonna die. Boom, 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 boom. And it's like, yes, he is traveling with security as he does everywhere. But it's like, no, you can actually go to Africa and live your best life. And so shout out to him for doing this. He's one of the streamers that is known worldwide. And I think that's why when there's like a little debate of like who's better or who's more well known, Kai or Speed. I think Speed is known a little bit more just because he does do a lot of more like worldwide things. He went on a Europe tour, and all of these things just help him be seen by like a wider audience. So shout out to him for doing this tour.
Yes. And the last thing we're going to really talk about before we get into our sports corner is Justin Combs and Christian Combs, Diddy's sons. They're going to have their own docuseries coming to Zeus in 2026. So like I mentioned, Diddy's sons have announced a new docuseries coming to Zeus Network in 2026, where they plan to share their perspective on their father's recent legal troubles and trials. Following 50 Cent's Netflix documentary, the series promises to cover their voice, the family, the foes, the joy, the pain, and the lies, offering an inside look at their experiences during the high-profile case. So I just wanted to show you guys the video really quickly.
Procession of his children arriving in court for day one of their father's sex trafficking trial in New York, hands gripped in solidarity.
Do you still believe your dad's innocent? How did you feel hearing that testimony? You have to apologize on behalf of your father. Do you believe your father's innocent? Do you still convinced your father's innocent? Your daddy got 4 years! Your daddy got 4 years for abusing women! That's wrong! We should get more!
Fight this to the end. Not afraid of the charges. Nothing that's like the OJ all over again.
Hello. This is a prepaid collect call from Federal Correctional Institution, Fort Dix.
Well, so when I saw this, I was just like, okay. I mean, honestly, I think this is like from a financial standpoint, I think this is a great money move. People are obsessed with this case. People are obsessed with the whole Diddy trial. People are obsessed with the Netflix documentary. So it's like, I'm hearing all these different sides. It's like, why not hear from the family? People are always asking, how does like the kids show up to court? How did the kids, stand by their father and do everything like this, not be disgusted by their father? And they just standing there tall and strong every time they go to court for their dad. So I just think, honestly, this is a great money move. Do I think it's going to clear anything up? No. I also feel like part of me knows they're going to contradict some of the facts and everything that already come out just to, make things look better. But it's just like, honestly, this is just like, oh, this is our get back for the documentary that just came out. Like, that's what it's giving to me.
I think it's not really giving documentary, it's giving PR, let me fix my image type thing. And so I think also there is something to be said that this is coming out in Zeus Network. I'm sure not everybody, we're talking about a documentary that came out Netflix versus Zeus. No shade, right? We love Zeus, but Zeus is known for like, you can get by with like lower budget. Probably the facts aren't as forced because it's like, oh, it's Zeus Network. We want the eyes, we want the drama, we want all the things. And so we'll see it. I think also as a society, like people are going to watch it point blank period, regardless of if it has facts or not. But to me, it gives more like PR stunt. Let me show face. Cause at the end of the day, these two men got to still live and survive despite what their dad is going on. So it's like, oh, I need to clean my image and let people know like, this is my side. And so we'll see what happens when that comes out. Saying.
This was a great money move, but
I don't know how much money Zeus is dropping, but okay.
Do you know how many the viewership on that alone? People are obsessed with this whole Diddy case. Like, of course, like you're gonna get so much traction. So I think it is a money move that is going to be great. Do I think I'm going to watch it? Absolutely not. I just can't wait for people to stop mentioning Diddy's name, just like we don't mention R. Kelly. Like I'm ready for us.
Oh, honey, I don't think we're very far from that name not being mentioned.
Anyway, let's get into our sports corner.
You got 24 seconds and it's starting right now.
Yes. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the Diggs brothers have been in the headlines. Okay. So the first one I'm going to mention is Stefon Diggs. He's recently been accused by his former personal chef of assault following an alleged salary dispute. According to a police incident report, the woman claims Stefon Diggs slapped her and attempted to choke her during an argument over unpaid wages at his home on December 2nd. She says she experienced difficulty breathing, but did not document visible injuries. The chef told police she began working for Diggs in July and was supposed to be paid weekly, later changed to monthly, and had not received a full month's payment at the time of the alleged incident. She stopped working for him afterwards and claimed his assistant later offered payment in exchange for signing a non-disclosure agreement, which she declined. Police attempted to contact Diggs, but were unsuccessful. The woman later expressed interest in pressing charges, and Diggs has since been charged with felony, strangulation or suffocation, and misdemeanor assault and battery. Diggs' attorney has denied the allegations, calling them false and financially motivated, and stated that Diggs intends to fight these charges in court. Right? I just feel like it's always something. Every day I see Stefon Diggs every day I see Stefon Diggs' name in the media for either a baby, for either cheating, for either some type of assault. Like, I just feel like, dag. At one point, and it's like Shayla and I are very firm believers, like I mentioned earlier, when lawsuits happen, I want to see how it progresses before I even sit there and say I'm gonna pick a side. Because again, you find out new things every day. We just like, hold up. That's not what was said. That's not what you were saying before, kind of thing. I just feel like it gets to a point though, like, how many times do I gotta get sued for something similar before it just becomes a pattern? You know? And I know this has nothing to do with Cardi. I know it doesn't, but obviously because that's her current man, and like, she shows up to the games and everybody's like, oh my God, here, this, that, and the third. I'm like, Cardi, girl.
I hate that so much for my sis. Like, and she dropped a video. Like, she's so like funny and relatable, girl. She be pulling up to the grocery store still. Cardi B to this day with her bonnet on, chilling in Boston because her man's play there. Like, she don't care. So she dropped the video and she's like, y'all on me. Like, I let it go a little bit, but it's like, what y'all want me to do? Y'all want me to put the baby back in my vajayjay? Like, I had it. It is what it is. And so, like, I feel so bad because, as you said, at the end of the day, regardless of what he does, she's always going to be attached to this so long as she's still dating him. And also, like, they just had a child together. So really, it's like, oh, this your man. She's supposed to be focusing on her tour that's happening in 2026. And it's just like every day is new news. He stay on the news more for baby mama drama than for the sport. And it's just like, I don't know. Also, the fact that this chef was living in the house, I'm like, is that normal? Do chefs listen? That's above my tax bracket, so I don't know. But do chefs like have a house?
And I know somebody's gonna take
a room, not a house.
Somebody's gonna take what I'm saying out of context right now, but we also have to acknowledge somebody's reputation, right? And it's like, if you are someone who is trying to be, I'm just making this speculation for Stefon Diggs. Like, if you're someone who's trying to be on the straight and narrow and like, remove yourself from these constant allegations or something like that, there's a way that you just need to carry yourself.
Right.
Whenever I think of Stefon Diggs, the first word that comes into my head is womanizer. This man just like, as you could tell how many kids he done had in a year alone, you could tell like he just be with a lot of women. Like, that's his vibe. That's what it is. There's been videos where like different sports teams that he's been on have asked him, well, not him, but like asked his teammates, like, who would you not let date your sister? And everybody's saying Stefon Diggs. At what point do you sit there and be like, maybe I should just not hire a woman staff member, period? Right.
Because it's temptation for you. You can't control yourself. So just don't do it.
Like, and I get it. I feel like people are gonna be like, oh, you're making an excuse for him and his behavior, this, that, and the third. I'm not making an excuse. I'm just saying we need to acknowledge a fact for a fact sometimes. If you are consistently tied to different women, and you are constantly being put in these allegations for this, that, and the third, you are easily tempted. So why not remove the temptation for behavior that you know you are consistently tied to?
Right. It's just acknowledging what you lack. And if you know you don't have self-control when it comes to sexual desires, then like, let me make sure that I put these cones or these barrels in place so I don't get there. And also, I do want to highlight again, these are all allegations, but the fact that there's strangulation and suffocation, like these words are a part of this accusation, allegations type of things, is like, at the end of the day, you have something to lose. You are a professional athlete. You know where to stand. You already know that you have this track record. And when you're mad, you do stuff, but you are not suffocating and strangling nobody. Like, I don't care how good the food, how bad the food was. Oh, you cooked this instead of this. Sir, again, these are all allegations. We don't know, right? These are allegations that the chef has made. Why are you strangling or suffocating anybody? You have something to lose. If you don't like something, exit, leave the room. Like, why? And also, Rebecca's going to read these text messages that are circulating. Like, you're not, like, when you are a high level person, you know everything you do will be everything that's done in the dark is gonna come to light, especially when you are a celebrity. Let's read these text messages, child. Crazy.
Y'all, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I tried to read these text messages, but it's so blurry. She's like, hold up. Let me put this back on the screen really quickly, because I tried to read it on my phone.
Oh, you're not reading it from here, sis. You
Girl,
can't read that.
there was text messages, and yeah, it's like,
okay.
From what I was seeing, like when I was trying to decipher some of the text messages, like the inkling it was giving was like, she was serving more than just food. Like that's what it was giving. Like a little bit. She was like, oh, like the things I do for you, or like the things I did for you.
So it says, right, mind you, these are allegedly texts between Stefon and the chef. It says, down having a text match, you got it, cool, right? This is Stefon saying this. Oh, we could take this off the screen because the people can't see that. Okay. So this is like the first message allegedly is from Stefon, and he's like, down having a text match, you got it, cool. And she's like, you will. First of all, the grammar here is crazy. I'm reading as is written here. Okay. You will paying me out for the season, and the money you said you would give me for my business, wasted my effing time being here because you got a effing circus going on. I'm out of your life. First of all, if you a chef, what you mean I'm out your life? You was just cooking.
That's it's giving.
And yeah. And so then he responds, I won't be paying you SHIT. I won't be paying you ish. If I look like paying you and paying another chef, is you high? BITCH. Who TF? Dang, I'm trying not to curse. Who TF gotta give you money for you business? I don't gotta do a MF thing, and you can get whoever you want. You got my address. Tell them come take the money. Then F you talking about. Show me I'm PUSSY. First of all, the grammar is crazy. So yeah, it's a whole lot of back and forth, and it was given. We was fighting over more than just food, child. And you guys know how social media is. People are running and creating memes like, oh, I know the pasta wasn't that bad that you're out here suffocating people. And like, you know what I mean? Like, obviously very unserious for a very serious allegation. And I just feel bad for my sis Cardi at the end of the day. Cause it's like, will she learn? I don't know. I want her to be happy. And I just think I want what's best for her. But my heart says you need to end that relationship and focus on you as you begin your tour in 2026.
And I am an advocate. I always say this. Any person who has been in a toxic relationship, I want everybody to find love. I want everybody to find that happiness so that they understand, like, just because you were in this one trash situation, that does not mean that every situation that you will be in will be like that. But the way to get that is you have to change the pattern of the people that you go for. You like as like Stefon Diggs and like Cardi were dating, I remember saying like I don't see much of a difference between Offset and Stefon Diggs. Like if I'm gonna be with one cheater, I might as well stay with the other one. Like if that's what I'm gonna do, honestly, I should pick me. But if I'm gonna pick anybody, I'm gonna pick the one who actually put the ring on me. Like, you know, and it's just like, I just
and as this is the sports corner, I do want to mention that his team did put out a statement. They were like, we're aware of the situation and we're monitoring it. I'm sure the PR team is used to this. They probably got already a typed up thing, honey. They might change the
they just
the allegation and they said, let's publish this.
They just go through the file and fill in the blank. That's literally what it is. But I also just want to mention his brother, Trevon Diggs. So the Green Bay Packers claimed former All-Pro cornerback Trevon Diggs offer waivers from the Dallas Cowboys to strengthen a struggling defense heading into the playoffs. He will now be reunited with his former Cowboys teammate Micah Parsons. Sorry, I said Micah Parsons, who is currently sidelined for the season with an ACL injury. The Cowboys waived Diggs due to a combination of factors, including declining performances, reoccurring injuries, and a contract that carries no guaranteed money after 2025, making an eventual release likely. Green Bay opted to claim him now, taking in the remaining $472,000 of his salary this year. When I saw this, mind you, I just want to mention Trevon Diggs was already not playing for a good majority of the season because apparently he had some, like, he was doing something at home and then, like, I guess he got a concussion or something like that. So he was already out. Everybody was just like, it don't give, like, what was you doing, hanging up a TV and hit your head? Like, what happened? And I think that's what he said he was doing too. I don't know. But when I found out that he was released, I was like, ooh, not the Diggs brothers, just all in the headlines. And then I found out the Green Bay Packers took him. And I'm like, ooh, not him being reunited with his teammate. And then Micah Parsons was on Twitter basically, like, because they were talking about, I guess Jerry Jones was talking about Micah Parsons and the decision that they made, this, that, and the third. And like, maybe it wasn't the best decision to get rid of Micah Parsons, something along the lines of that. And Micah basically like responded to that. It was just like laughing faces. And then he made a statement saying like, y'all act like I can't have a reaction. They dragged my name in the media and to the Cowboys fans for all these months. And then I'm entitled to have a reaction. So I just think, as someone who's a certified Cowboys hater, I love the drama. I just love it.
This reminds me of like, well, you're not gonna like this, but when the Giants let go of what's his name, and then proceeded to win a championship.
All right, there you go. You always gotta ruin.
No, I'm just saying, like they drag. This is just a good life lesson. Let the haters hate on you because you gonna move up. If you're not being appreciated where you are, please exit, find your way out, or let them let you go because you will be picked up by someone that values you and shows you real love. The last point I want to make in this social corner is that Unrivaled season 2 is gonna begin soon. Okay, it begins January 5th, but unfortunately, co-founder Nafisa Collier, she revealed that she's gonna have to have double ankle surgery. I didn't even know that was a thing. She's gonna be in pain. This is not funny, but it's like she's has to undergo surgery, and so
she's wheelchair bound. Both ankles.
Yeah, both ankles, honey. The last WNBA season had her down like that because double. Anyways, the moral of the story is that co-founder Nafisa Collier revealed she is undergoing double ankle surgery and will have to miss the second season of Unrivaled. Another caveat is that Angel Reese is also not taking part of the second season, but don't worry, they still have like big names taking part in Unrivaled this season. They have Paige Beckers, Cameron Brink, Ezzy Magmagor, Kiki Iriafen, and the list goes on. So make sure you tune in on TNT to see all the action live from Miami. If you don't remember, or this is the first time you hearing about Unrivaled, is a 3 versus 3 basketball league. And they created it in order to, find a way to bring income for WNBA players so they can stay here in the U.S. while still making money during the WNBA off season. So shout out to them. I'm excited to see them in season 2. We wish them the best of luck. But if you made it this far, thank you. You are a real one. We love y'all down. Make sure you comment comment a basketball or a football in honor of Stefon Diggs and
in honor of is crazy.
Well, not in honor of, but like let me know you really stayed to the end to hear that drama, child.
Yes. I would say put a wedding ring because you know we have faith that Queen will get engaged real soon.
Right. I would like a ring. I would like a ring. Anyway, so make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Make sure you also follow us on all our social media platforms at Too Much SB. And we will see you guys next Friday.
Bye, guys.
Bye.